reporting from Kids First. Today, I have the honor and pleasure to catch up with Murray the Magician, celebrity magician and passion with adventure, with a viral sensation of over 1 billion views. Not even a million. That's a lot of zeros there. And he has an updated YouTube channel with some funny magic. I mean, he's even had teleportation on there. How crazy is that? He'll also be appearing in season 7 of CW's hit television show, Masters of Illusion, this Friday, June 26, 2020. Congratulations. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Nathalia? Thanks for having me on your show.
I'm doing well. Thank you. One fun fact is I've always been interested in magic. For a long period of time, I've always wondered, what is their secret? And all the time they don't tell me, which is actually great because I'm always wondering. It keeps me engaged and wanting me to learn more about it. So it's like a magic trick for me too.
Good.
But first and foremost, what fascinates you about magic, and what is your goal when you're trying to keep the audience engaged in your acts?
Well, I like the idea with magic that, we all have our life things, problems with friends and life and all that stuff, and money and work and school. And for me, it's one of those things where I get to take people on a journey for like an hour and make them forget about all those problems, all those worries, and just kind of go into a land of make-believe. It's kind of like going to a Walt Disney World or Universal Studios for an hour or a whole day. You kind of forget about all the troubles and things you worry about every day. And so that's kind of my goal when I walk on stage, is to take those people out of what their lives are normally like, into a fantasy world for like an hour and a half, and then go back to the real world, because that's life, isn't it?
Wow. I've always been interested in magic. I just never know what goes behind it. And just hearing your story about how you're so intrigued with it. And I've read a little bit about you. You come from a long line of railroad workers. You're kind of the first to break the chain here. And you have come such a long way from America's Got Talent, where you perform tiger tricks, car tricks. I mean, you've done so much here. And you are extremely talented. Most magicians become infatuated by magic at such a young age. Can you describe your first interaction with illusion and how it got you to where you are today?
Yeah, I was very young when I started. I started at 7 years old. When I started in entertainment, I started at 5 years old dancing. I trained ballet and I danced Russian and Ukrainian dancing, which is where you have those big red pants. You see people dancing with these white shirts. I'm half Ukrainian. And so I learned how to do all that, played music. But when I was 7, 8, I got a magic kit, like a lot of kids do, as a toy. A lot of kids get bicycles and hoverboards and ballet slippers and whatever. And some people choose to continue with it. Most just put it away, and do other things. And I happened to just hang on to my magic kit and kept performing, and then in my early teens, when I was, I guess, 12, turning 13, I got another magic kit. And I realized I could do kids' birthday parties, and for like maybe $30 or $50 for like half an hour. And that's a lot of money when you're young, for like half an hour. So that was another motivation as well. And I just kept going and going. I went to school. First, I have a degree in broadcast communications and marketing. So I think education is very important, but I was very fortunate to just keep pursuing my dream and not giving up, which is, I think, the goal for anything you really want to do.
Yes, and I can say that is some great advice there as well. You can definitely take that in, having compassion and dedication with whatever you're doing. And it's very inspiring to just hearing you simply started with a little magic kit, into entertainment business, dancing, and now you are here doing world amazing things in Las Vegas. You moved there a little bit time ago to pursue your dreams, and you've gotten so far. Congratulations, by the way. It's very inspiring, especially to me as a kid who's always been influenced by magic. I think any kid kind of has seen a magic trick and been like, wow, that's something I want to do. And you have just shown them that they can do whatever they want if they put their mind to it.
Well, thank you.
And along with that, as I understand it, magic is as much as the illusion as it is the art of distraction. And now, like many, I'd say, careers and performers, the better the performer, the easier it looks. And you definitely portray that. Now, how often do you train? And perhaps do you have an example such as a training set just in case you want to develop new, acts?
Well, it varies. I'm very fortunate. I've worked for about 30 years of my life, almost every day. Even on my days off, I work. I do a lot of charities and things like that because I love to work. It's just that's the type of person I am. They love, you'll call it a workaholic, but I love what I do. and my job isn't work. It's something I love. I've been very fortunate. Like a lot of singers, musicians, painters, artists, scientists, or whatever people love to do, I really do love it. So when I come with a new idea, I'll just sit around at home in the evening, you know, watching TV, and I'll start working on a new card trick. Or I'll start, you know, I always have a notebook beside me with ideas, and I'll just start writing an idea down. And it may not be a complete idea, but it'll be an idea that I go, well, this might be something I can use on another TV show or a YouTube video or a TikTok or whatever, you know, platform I'm trying to do something on. And I think it's important. I don't care who you are and what you do, whether you want to be a scientist or a magician, a singer, actor, actress, a ballerina. I think it's important that you exercise that and you try it and just go for it. You know, you can always go back to what you're used to doing, whatever that may be. You know, but I think it's exciting and it's fun and it's creative. And I think the more creative you get, the more open you are to things in life and in the world. You know, so it's the way I feel.
Yes, putting time and dedication and simply brainstorming when you're watching TV on your platforms, that's really motivation and dedication for all out there who are interested in pursuing a career in magic. Along with that, I love how you transition from traditional magic to incorporating a little more humor in there. I know you're hilarious when I'm watching your videos. It really keeps the audience in tune. What made you decide to mix comedy with magic?
Well, I think, you know, when I started out in magic, I wanted to be a very good magician. And so I worked really hard at it. And I won a lot of awards, over 20 or whatever, as a magician. But, you know, I wanted to get on television because that medium, you know, when I was growing up, TV was our only medium. There was no internet, you know, and no cell phones or smartphones and all that. So TV was the only medium. Now, of course, we have YouTube and TikTok on our phones and Spotify and all this stuff. But back then, that was my goal. And so I thought, well, you know, when you're watching television, there's only so many people that can be a magician on TV. I don't know why, but it just is. You know, as a singer, we have so many people, you know, from Post Malone to Alicia Keys to Michael Bublé to Justin Bieber. You have so many genres in music, but magic, it's just not that option. So I thought, well, I need to learn to become funny because there's a lot more comedians on television than magicians. You know, I can be an actor as a comic actor, you know, like the guy next door or a crazy cousin or a brother in a scene, you know. So I started learning to become funny. And a friend of mine, way back in the day, said, you know, you really should do comedy. You're really funny. And I said, well, I'm a magician. You know, I'm not a comedian. He said, well, why don't you just be an entertainer? That's your goal. And I thought, well, that really resonated with me, you know. And I thought maybe I should just be an entertainer, not worry being just a magician or just a comedian. So I ended up combining the two together, and now I look like a Q-tip, and I try to be really funny. So.
Well, I think you've accomplished that throughout your years. You are hilarious. You know, I was watching one of your videos and you were passing out little toy cars, and one of this teenager chose the Jeep, your white Jeep trip, and you're like, you should be driving. You're like 17. What's going on here? That definitely made me laugh. And I wanted you to, can you share a magic trick with our viewers?
Sure, I can show you a trick, actually. It's very funny you mentioned that Jeep trick because I had the idea to produce the Jeep on the show. And as I was driving from Vegas to Los Angeles, I wanted to find out a unique way to make that idea original. So I stopped, believe it or not, at a Walmart in Victorville, California, which is halfway between here and LA for me, and a small little country cool town. And I went in there and I bought 4 Matchbox things, a boat, the Jeep, a car, and something else, just as an idea. I thought, you know, it would be cool to give the audience an option of what I produce on stage. So that idea, literally, I completed that as I was driving to LA to film that. So you never know when ideas will hit you. So here's a trick for you. All right. So I have a little sponge ball, matches my shirt. Also, I got my little puppy dog. See, this is Smudge, the Chihuahua, the rescue Chihuahua. Isn't she cute? So I got this little sponge ball, nothing in this hand. All right, Nathalia. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna place. How many balls do I have in my hand?
Hopefully I'm seeing one. I think I see one.
That's right, just one, right? All right, so watch very careful. I'm gonna put that into my fist like this. I'm gonna push it really hard into my fist, all right? I'm gonna hold it like this. Now, how many balls do you think I have in my hand now?
Maybe possibly more than one. Thinking
no, 2. See, it's a square. It is a square. See, you never know what happens in a magician's household. See, it's a square. No round ball. See, that's it. That's what kept me out of the army.
I don't understand. Is there a magic thumb thing going on there?
You want to see one more?
Yes, I would love
Right,
to.
there's one more I got for you. So check this out. I have a, what is that? A $1 bill. Can you see it?
A $1 bill.
Okay, watch very carefully. 1, 2, 3, go. See? Boom. Mentos. Check that out. See? Isn't that cool?
How did you do that in like 1 second?
See? So I have a square and I have candy. I'm set for the day. Not the healthiest meal, but it's better than nothing.
Wow, that was amazing. Just seeing one shape form into another, and then you turn the money into Mentos. That is crazy. Wow, that is amazing. The Masters of Illusion, which you'll be premiering on the hit CW television show, is returning this Friday, June 26th, for the 7th season. I can't wait to tune in. I encourage all our viewers to turn in as well. It's hosted by Dean Cain and featuring 45 different magic tracks, and you'll be one of them. I want to encourage all the viewers to go ahead and watch it. Thank you. That is it for now. I'm Nathalia Jackson, reporting for Kids First. I just interviewed magician Murray SawChuck, celebrity magician who is premiering in the season 7 Masters of Illusion. Be sure to look for this and other channel weekly podcasts and on our YouTube channel. And check out his YouTube channel because he's got some amazing magic tricks there. Even he got like some things where he's jumping out of a box and he goes into another box. It's just crazy. Check out his YouTube channel, everyone. Thank you once again, Murray the Magician.
Thank you, Nathalia. Thanks for having me on. And you're always a guest on my show anytime you or your family are in Las Vegas. All right. Thanks again.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.